Let's go. Q93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station. Previously with the Morning Q crew.
Josh, you like going to the gym?
Nope. I thought about it years ago of getting a membership, but then I hear horrible things about those things because you can't just get out of it. You have to sign up for a year, and then to cancel's not easy. And if I'm afraid I'm not going to use it, and then I'm wasting money. And then I don't want to work out with a bunch of people who are way more fit than me and way more better than me.
Oh, don't worry about that.
I'm not going to know how to use any of that equipment in there, and everybody's going to be laughing at me and judging me.
No. Okay, those last couple of things you mentioned, don't worry about that at all. Because everybody has to start somewhere. If you're in a gym where people who are fitter than you are laughing at you and judging you, the problem's with them. They have no business being at a gym in the first place. And I promise you it's not like that. Most people who are fit started out, believe me, being unfit, and they know how it is. So they're not laughing at you. They're not judging you. That's what a lot of people think going in. And if you think you're not going to know how to use the equipment, it's the job of everybody. Once you get there, they have to show you how to use the equipment. So you don't just go in not knowing. They have to give you a tour and have to show you how, or it's a liability otherwise. So don't worry about those last few parts, okay? That's in your head. Now, it's valid to think, I'm going to sign up and it's going to be hard to cancel or whatever. Those are valid options. Don't get me wrong. But last half, don't worry. But there is something to worry about, Josh, especially for men. If you like going to the gym and you report about an unwanted side effect of a hardcore workout, shrinkage down below. Yeah, some people are calling it gym penis, and it's a real thing.
Shrinkage?
Yeah, although it doesn't cause any lasting issues, thank goodness. One expert says many men experience some degree of temporary retraction while working out, but it varies dramatically.
Who is doing this study?
Some men.
How are they doing this study?
Men.
Why are they doing this study?
Because they're the only ones who care about it. And some men barely notice
it. It's so sexist, Nancy.
It's men doing it.
Women
don't
do this
care.
About the women when they're in the gym, do their thing, open up wider.
Because women don't care. It's men who care about shrinkage. Women don't care about that kind of stuff. But some men barely notice it. Others may feel like they are turtling where the penis retracts closer to the body.
Oh, my gosh.
Technically, it's a result of redirected blood flow, where your blood is sent to your muscles, heart, lungs, and skin during a workout. It's normal, but once your body cools down, your nervous system settles and your blood flow redistributes. At that point, your junk returns to its usual state, usually within an hour or even a few minutes. Doctors do say it can take longer and be more noticeable if you're dehydrated, anxious, overstimulated from caffeine, cold, or had a particularly intense session.
My entire life, basically. Out of the gym. Tired. Dehydrated.
So you're saying it's permanent?
Anxiety.
You have permanent shrinkage, Josh?
No!
Oh my gosh, you're in for quite the married life.
I was talking to my cousin last night, and I can't even tell you what he does for a living. I know he transports water at these construction sites, and he travels, and there's a lot of mud and stuff.
Yeah.
So apparently this guy, my cousin, had some free time. He was telling me last night on the phone that he decided to make something out of the clay. There's some mud and clay.
Oh, Lord.
He made a penis.
Of course he did.
Multiple ones. And let me tell you something. They look pretty good. I said, you might have a content. You might have content right there. You can start an OnlyFans, call you the clay penis. And every week you can video yourself making some.
There are people who do a lot of sculpture art.
Yes.
And maybe he's onto
he says
something,
Picasso. He says he's going to sell that on eBay for $1,000.
He could probably make a lot of money doing it. People like to buy that.
I couldn't believe it.
For different reasons, but people like to buy it.
I was bro, you make that too well.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm of all things to think of in the mud and the clay, that's what you want to make?
But that's what sculptures start out as, clay. So there you go. Hey, he found his niche in life. Let him be happy. Let him make some money on it, I say.
Oh, gosh. We'll be right back. A new term for you. You may have already even heard about it. I know Nancy hasn't, so let's talk about it. The new
tell
term
me what this is.
On the dating scene is infladating.
What is that?
It comes from a mix of inflation as a financial term and dating. So basically, going out on modern budget-friendly dates. Infladating.
That makes total sense.
You may be picturing someone picking up their date, and instead of having reservations at a very fancy, bougie place, they hit up an Arby's and come back home to eat while watching reruns of Shark Tank. So
ain't nothing wrong with that.
it doesn't have to be boring, just infladating. A dating coach says this can be a positive shift in people's love lives by prioritizing creativity and connection over financial flexing. Long gone are the days of, hey, baby, hop in my Mercedes and let's go to this bougie restaurant, this bougie hotel room, and then go to the bougie movie theaters.
Nah, I'm good, man. Take me to a little Olive Garden or a little Texas Roadhouse. We go back to your place and we watch that. I'm good with that, man.
Another expert adds, people have a different calculation for a more expensive night. You're not going to do that on a first or second date. You're going to wait and see if there's some possibility of this relationship going somewhere before you're willing to make a monetary investment in someone. If you're going to do this, it's important to set the right expectations. But if you're on the same page, experts say a lot of people actually prefer cheaper dates because the stakes are lower and a nice short and sweet date works as a vibe check without feeling locked into something intense right off the bat. So the question for you is, are you infladating? Or do you think this is another stupid word joining together to make a new term that people have been doing for a long time? Because everybody's been talking about Netflix and chill, right? That's a date night, Netflix and chill. So people are kind of happy with just going home and keeping it simple.
I think people need to start doing like a fancy, like, little
Applebee's on a date night.
Applebee's on date night. Yeah.
Every now and then, as the relationship gets more serious, you can throw in a fancier date night, but there ain't nothing wrong with keeping it simple.
No, do that bourbon street steak with the Oreo shake. Hey, now, look, I tell you what, take me out on a date like that. You got me. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't need to be fancy. Take me on a fancy date. No, don't get me wrong. I like the fancy date. That's really nice. But you don't need to impress me with a lot of money or a fancy car. Like, as long as I'm more impressed with somebody who has a good heart and
you're
a
trying
kind
to get
soul.
to know each other.
And you're trying to get to know each other, right?
You don't want to set that expectations if you're going to do that all the time
I
either.
think the fancy, like, bougie type stuff should be set aside for, like, a special, like, anniversary dinner. That's what I think.
That.
Yeah.
I mean, me and my fiance, we met at a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
And then our next date, where it was just us, another Mexican restaurant. And then eventually went to the movies, and we went to eat at Whataburger, and then went to Texas Roadhouse, and then we went to a Chinese place. We kept it pretty simple.
And that's what it should be to me. I don't unless you have like a ton of money where you can afford to do that. But I think like the really nice places should be kept for, anniversaries.
Not to flex, though. I'll tell you how I roped in my girlfriend to
How
be
you
my
roped
fiance.
it? How you
roped her in.
Oh, okay, my bad. How you roped her in?
We talked about it yesterday. You ain't cleared your ears out enough.
No, I'm not. Okay, how you roped her in?
I roped her in because I not only brought her to New Orleans and let her go meet Creed backstage.
Oh, the one I was supposed to go to?
Yeah,
that I turned down. You're welcome. You're welcome. So that's how you got her? Boy, you owe me a lot.
That's not all. Then I
Okay.
brought her backstage to meet Jody Mesita at a country music concert.
Okay.
All right. Then we went to the Hondo Rodeo Fest, and we were right front and center. I pulled that off.
Uh-huh.
I brought her to Disney World. Pulled that off.
That's right.
I mean, how can you say no to all that?
Oh, okay. Look at you.
I spoiled her.
Josh, if you ask anyone if they have beef with grocery stores, most people will probably talk about everything getting more expensive, right? I mean,
Man, everything keeps going up. It's so depressing, Nancy. I mean, we were talking about it off the air a moment ago. Even my house insurance, like that keeps going up every year. $60 more a month. That makes a difference.
My friend, on the way to work, I was talking to her this morning. She said her house insurance, she has to put aside $8,000 for the year for her house insurance. But she lives in Abbeville, so.
How the heck? I don't know, man.
But, I mean, she lives south of I-10, so their house insurance is exceptionally more expensive south of I-10.
It's just, at what point does everything stop going up?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I'll be working 5 jobs before it's over.
You're going to need more than that because I work 5 jobs and it doesn't help, buddy. Okay, it helps a little. So anyway, but if you ask, let's say boomers about their beef with grocery stores, grab a chair because they have a laundry list of grievances. And here are the top 10 according to Fox News. So according to boomers, they don't like the self-checkout, Josh. They said
I like self-checkout.
I do too. They said this is a younger person's game. In a previous poll, 62% of older folks said they preferred cashier-assisted checkout.
It's probably because they can't understand how to use it.
You know what? I prefer the cashier-assisted when I have a lot of items. If I just have a few, I'm just going to go in and out real quick.
I don't usually have a lot, though, because I do all my groceries with just a pickup. So I don't have to deal with all that. So if I go into the store, it's only a few items. Now, sometimes those machines act up, like they can't read the card or, they glitch out, but they're better than they used to be.
You know,
they used to be like, you haven't bagged your item. Bag your item first before continuing.
So searching for products is another one. They do not like the stores moving things around or having to find tofu for their granddaughter.
Walmart's too just did a big revamp where everything's moved.
Yeah, and digital coupons. The share of people 65 and older who are using smartphone apps is growing, but boomers still prefer physical coupons. Neglected shopping carts. No one likes having to fight a shopping cart with a janky wheel, but it can be extra annoying if you have mobility issues.
I am not a fan of the dollar store's format of coupons. They make it very hard. You got to clip them and save them in your app, then you got to present them at the just change the price in stores. Save the hassle.
Oh,
and the buggies are horrible.
They
I always
are.
get the janky wheel.
Yeah, it's hard. You have to kind of search for them in the beginning before you start going.
If you
before
can
you get into the
separate
store.
them from each other.
Exactly. That's kind of hard to do. You have to pull extra hard with both hands and put a little muscle into
and you
it.
just give up and go to another one.
Exactly. Generic brands is another gripe. In a recent survey, 26% of boomers say they rarely or almost never consider switching from their favorite name brand. Another one is sold out products. Similarly, older folks are more likely to be frustrated by something being out of stock because they don't want to pivot from their routine.
I love generic brands.
Me too.
Great value all day, baby.
Oh, yeah. Understaffing. Grandparents don't want to deal with longer checkout lines, slower service, and fewer opportunities for personal interaction.
I do
They
hate
are
certain
very
places.
understaffed. Yeah.
They have one checkout line and it's packed. Hobby Lobby is the worst for that. You ever been to Hobby Lobby?
Yes.
They all backed up all the time. I hate
know.
it.
No grocery baggers is another because they're used to being their groceries bagged. So another one is convenience foods. Boomers don't want a grocery store to be focused on prepared foods and packaged meals. Those are more popular among millennials who'd rather pay for convenience rather than making something from scratch. And there you go. That's the top 10.
Boomers got a lot of grievances.
They got a lot, but I mean, the world has changed a lot,
For their perspective.
from their perspective. I'm used to a lot of these things, but I agree with the understaffing, though. It's so aggravating whenever you want, and sometimes the self-checkout, it's closed, like the machines aren't working, and you try to go into a checkout line, but they're understaffed. So
it's not even understaffed. Some of them, they shut it down at certain times of the day because of theft. They're having problems with people stealing at the self-checkouts.
Oh, you know what's my biggest gripe now?
What?
Is the small items are locked in cases now. You have to wait for somebody to come with the key because of these dang thieves stealing everything.
That's why you do a pickup order. You don't have to worry about none of that.
That's
Let us
right.
know what's some of your grievances with supermarkets. We'd like to hear from you this morning. Q93FM.com. You can use the free Q93 app or DM us, Q93 Alexandra, or at Morning Q Crew. 5 random facts. Number 1, Geico stands for Government Employees Insurance Company. Did you know that?
I did not.
I didn't either. It was founded in 1936 to provide auto insurance to federal government employees, but it's always been a private corporation, not a government agency.
And I thought it stood for Gecko Employees Insurance Company because that's their little logo is the gecko. Anyway, the phrase "cut to the chase" comes from the silent film era when movies were usually long love stories that ended with a thrilling chase scene. So when people would say "cut to the chase," it meant skip all the boring details and get to the exciting part.
Yeah, cut to the chase.
That's right. Number
3, Florida. The Sunshine State has more indoor tanning salons than McDonald's locations. But
wow.
Fun fact, I'm going to throw this in here. Our producers didn't throw this in.
Okay.
They're the home to the biggest McDonald's. It's in Orlando. I've passed by it. It is the biggest McDonald's.
You passed by, but you didn't go in?
No, because I was going to Disney World. Why the hell did I want to go to McDonald's? I can go to McDonald's every day of the week.
But you didn't go to the biggest McDonald's?
No. I mean, it's cool and all, but again, I'm on my way to the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah,
I don't want to eat at Mickey
Who cares
D's.
about McDonald's when you can go to... Yeah, I'm like you. Like, I don't need to go to McDonald's.
It is big and very pretty, too.
Going to Disney World. Who cares? Yeah. All right. Even though Nevada is most famous for its illegalized gambling, it doesn't have a lottery. Lotteries have been illegal in Nevada since the state's constitution was ratified in 1864. Wow. That's weird.
And number 5, there are 96 bags of poop, pee, and vomit on the moon.
Oh!
Astronauts from the Apollo missions left them there to reduce the weight of their shuttles.
Oh!
So they'd be able to bring back moon rocks and core samples.
They have all that nastiness
it's
on our
disintegrated
moon.
by now, right? I mean,
That's
where it's
nasty.
floated away.
Y'all left that filth on our moon. So every time we look up at our moon, There's some nastiness up there.
Hey, we're already polluting outer space and the moon and
We
everything
are.
else. That's
So
what we do.
now, every time I see that beautiful moon in the sky, I'm just going to be thinking of all that nastiness up there. That's good. Why they vomited on the moon, though?
Well, they got. I tell you what, let's ship you off to space. Put you on the moon and see if you're a little nauseous. You can't even get in my truck and ride down Texas Avenue.
But by that
without
point,
being nauseous.
But by that point, they're done. Though they're done with the ride. They're just walking around.
I don't know how
at
the
that point.
atmosphere affects you. They may have ate something. They might have had explosive diarrhea on the moon.
They already had anti-gravity though in the shuttle.
I
so
don't
why
know, Nancy.
They don't need to throw up right there.
How you gonna tell someone they don't need to throw up?
I don't know.
That's not something someone just does on their
Throw
own.
it up on the moon.
It's not something someone likes to do either.
Got
Come on,
96
Nancy.
bags. Today's crazy criminal, not from Florida, but from Minnesota.
No, that's where WWE SummerSlam was this past weekend. Skull.
I'll take your word for it.
Home of the Minnesota Vikings, the ones
Okay.
who broke the Saints' heart several years ago in the playoffs. They won the game in 4 seconds. They literally ran down the field, Nancy, they went down the field 50 yards for a touchdown in the last 4 seconds of the game. I'm still not over
And
it.
Josh has never been the same.
No, we thought we were going to the playoffs. Sean Payton's over there rubbing it in the fan's face on the sideline, and all of a sudden, a little dink pass, and he goes all the way down, or cornerback just falls on the ground when he tries to tackle the receiver. Like, what are you doing? Stay on your feet. He just it was so heartbreaking.
We're like a full minute into our crazy criminal segment, and now we're going to get to our criminal. It is 39-year-old man in Minnesota named Kyle Steffen who was arrested after he created a homemade spike strip for his yard earlier this year to keep neighborhood children off his lawn. Remember you talked about doing that?
I was very close to doing it to keep my neighbor from driving. He had 2 driveways, but he wanted to leave his yard in my driveway. So
I even
he would-
suggested doing
Yeah,
that.
he would run up my driveway to leave, and it was ticking me off. I was about to put some strips, some spikes
I
up
thought
here.
that was a good idea to
I
do
planted some
that.
plants instead. He's the one. I'm pretty 100% certain, 99% certain.
Stole your plant.
He took it out the middle just to say, "Hey, I know why you put this here." Because I texted his daddy. I didn't have his number. I had his dad's number. I texted him and said, "Hey,
you called his daddy.
I said, tell your son to stop driving through my yard."
That's right, boy. I'm going to call your
So-
daddy on you. That's what you do. You don't
So
call
he
the
stole my
mama.
plant
You
'cause
call
he's
the daddy because the daddy's the one with the belt. All right. But anyway.
I didn't have his number.
Oh, but going back to Kyle Steffen, he was arrested because he created a homemade spike strip for his yard, but it wasn't to keep the neighbors from backing into his driveway. It was to keep the neighborhood children off his lawn. Mother called police to report that Kyle was yelling at her kids, and when they showed up, they saw a long piece of thick plastic set in the lawn with about 43-inch screws sticking up from the plastic.
What's wrong with that?
Hold on. Officers noticed tire tracks from bikes in the yard and said it appeared neighborhood kids were riding through the yard as a shortcut to a park. Kyle admitted to placing the device to keep kids off his lawn. He told the police he did not mean to injure anyone, only scare them, but police aren't so sure, saying he seemed frustrated the device was not effective. So he's charged with a misdemeanor and could be looking at 180 days in jail or a $1,000
It's his
fine.
yard.
That's what I'm saying.
It's his yard.
It's his yard.
They were on his property, unless it wasn't his property. You know, maybe he didn't put the spikes where he thought he did.
It says a spike strip for his yard to keep them off his lawn.
So he's gonna get in
They're
trouble
riding through his lawn.
for it? They're trespassing.
They're trespassing on his lawn. He put
Ooh, that makes me mad.
because they're leaving tire marks on his lawn.
I'm mad for this dude.
I'm mad for this dude too. Like, why is the mom's mad that he put a spike strip? Well, keep your kids off his lawn. Tell them to
your
quit
kids to
cutting
stay in
through
their
his
own
lawn.
yard.
Yeah, they're just cutting through to go to the park.
I can't stand a
Oh,
trespasser.
that makes me mad. I'd be like, you know what? Fine, arrest me. I want to see the judge. This is my yard. You telling me I can't put something in my
He
yard?
should win this case.
I
doubt
hope he
he'll have to do
does.
time. This is BS.
So he could be looking at a misdemeanor for that? That's his yard.
And you made him the crazy criminal today. That's
They
sad.
made him the crazy criminal.
That's sad.
That is sad.
Get off my yard, man.
Man, we turning into the boomers, Josh.
It's August. It's Safe's show, as they say, in Evangeline Parish. So the ACs are cranked up, right? The temps are dropped pretty low. And a new study looked into America's preferred sleep temperature. And overall, the ideal temperature at sleep time is 67 degrees. They also broke it down by state. The places that like it the coldest are primary northern states. They just grown accustomed to it, I guess. Massachusetts likes it the most frigid at just 63 degrees. That's pretty chilly at night, even for me. Rhode Island likes it the next coolest, followed by Oregon, Connecticut, Vermont, Washington, Maine, West Virginia, New Hampshire, and Arkansas. All those states prefer it 65 or lower at night. But on the flip side, Hawaii, they like it warm. How warm? 70 degrees, which isn't even that warm, but you know what? Compared to these other states, it's pretty warm. Florida likes it the next warmest, which is weird because it's hot usually in Florida, followed by Texas, Maryland, Arizona, Utah, Iowa, Minnesota, Ohio, and Nevada. All of them like it between 70 and 68. What do you usually keep your thermostat on at night when it's time to go to bed?
Let me put it this way. If I could cut open an iceberg and crawl inside it with a nice, comfortable blanket and a comfortable mattress, I would do it.
Get one of those deep freezers they have at Sam's. Sleep
I would
in one
do
of those
that.
Things.
If I could just do that with the most comfortable comforter I could find and a comfy pillow and just burrow in there, I would hibernate.
I used to keep it on like 67, 68.
I like about 65. Yeah.
Oh,
no, I'm serious. Like, give me the
that
good blanket.
AC bill must be expensive.
Well, my thermostat doesn't work, so I have to put the AC on, like the window unit. So I've been having a busted AC unit for a while, central unit rather.
So I've been trying to do better and picking it up to like 70. The last few nights I've slept with it between 73 and 75. And that's a little warm for me. Oh, that's too warm.
I can't do that.
But I'm trying to save costs wherever I can. So
I mean, when I'm gone, definitely I
I
crank
put
it up.
mine up to 80.
For sure.
Yeah. You get it home when you get home in the afternoons, you're like, whoo! It's hot up in here. I'll be glad. Even in the vehicle right now, when you go in your car for the first time and it's baking outside, you're like, it's almost too hot to hold the wheel.
I'm still leaving the AC on for my dog, though, because when I come home, he's in front of that AC on the bed, right in front of it. I'm talking about right in front. He's just passed out sleeping. I wake him up from a good nap.
I'll be glad when fall gets here where we don't have to run the AC as much.
Just put the fan on and you're good. Open some windows.
And our wheels on our vehicles are not as hot. Let us know, what is your favorite sleep temperature? Is it like these people here, like 63 degrees over there in Massachusetts? Or
63 is a little bit too low.
or you're an animal, you like to put it on like 75, 80. Like
how y'all do that?
Hot and steamy. Let us know. Q93FM.com. Use the Q93 app. You can also DM us at Q93 Alexandra or at Morning Q Crew.
All right, Josh. A lot of people like to complain online. We just call them haters because people are successful for a reason, I find. I mean, you're going to like certain artists or you're going to hate certain artists, but there are a lot of people online sharing which celebrities actually suck at their jobs, like surprisingly bad at what they're famous for. And people, of course, have their certain responses that they like to say. And people put Snoop Dogg up there. They say he's bad at rapping. What? No, y'all don't understand. Like, he's good at his job. He's just... They said he's good. All he's good at is smoking weed and being a headline. No. Y'all just don't like his style. He has that old school style of rapping, kind of like that 90s, and he has a slower groove than a lot of rappers y'all are used to hearing these days.
Why are you hating on Snoop Dogg?
They're hating on Snoop because they just don't. They're not used to his style compared to the style today. They say Bob Dylan. A lot of people don't like Bob Dylan, but I grew up listening to Bob Dylan.
I'm okay without Bob Dylan. I agree with that one.
They're like, he doesn't sing, he whines. But see, I grew up with his music. He has a unique style. They say Keanu Reeves. They say he's a wonderful person, phenomenal even, but holy crap, he cannot act.
I agree with that.
I think he can in certain things.
I think he's overrated.
I think he can act in certain things, not everything. They say Bill Nye. He never earned a PhD or worked as a research scientist.
I don't even know who that is, so that's all
Bill
you need
Nye,
to know.
the science guy. He worked as a Boeing employee turned comedian. He's also kind of a jerk, they say.
He's probably not good at what he does, because I've never heard of him.
Never heard of Bill Nye, the science guy?
No.
Well, you missed out on some cultural icon right there. Taylor Swift. They're hating on Taylor Swift. They said besides the fact that she is the epitome of basic, her singing and dancing are on par with your average high school talent show. Excellent marketer, though.
I don't think she's as good of an entertainer in concert, and I don't think she's as good of a singer as she is like a songwriter.
She's an excellent songwriter and marketer.
But I can see that.
But listen,
Sorry,
Madonna was never a great singer, but she was an excellent marketer.
Yeah. And I've never seen her in concert, so maybe she is a better entertainer. But I don't know, she kind of just does this cheesy,
an entertainer.
Smiling and. I don't know.
We're going to get the Swifties mad at us.
I'm sorry.
Jennifer Lopez was on the list. They
Yeah.
said she wasn't mega famous as a dancer, which she is excellent at, but she's famous as a singer, which is very much the reverse. And she really isn't that great of a singer.
She's not, and she didn't have that many songs.
She really did.
And her acting career is in the tank right
She's okay as an actress, but no, she's not like a Oscar-worthy actress or anything.
She's more known for all the relationships she's had.
They said Jerry Seinfeld. Imagine naming your series after you and people tuning in on it for anyone but you. And honestly, I love that series so much. I've watched it numerous times, but really, he's honestly my least favorite character on the show. Like, all the other characters were funnier than he was, to be honest. No, he's great, but all the other characters were funnier. Another one said Lars Ulrich from Metallica. He is remarkably dog poop drummer. He's actually a decent drummer, but honestly, he's part of what makes the group so great.
Tell you what, y'all go play drummer for
y'all
Metallica.
Y'all go be drummer for Metallica. Exactly. I don't see y'all playing drums. Other people were saying Jimmy Fallon, his fake laughing whenever a guest
Jimmy
says
Fallon.
Literally anything drives me up the wall. I can't watch his show at all.
I like Jimmy Fallon. I don't like Jimmy Kimmel. I like Jimmy Fallon, though.
I like all the Jimmys. They're all good with me. All the Jimmys are good, Josh. So anyway, let us know if there's a celebrity out there who you think is really bad at their job.
Look, some of it is more like luck than talent in certain situations.
Yeah.
Probably who they know or they had lucky breaks. But you know what? They're all where they are as they are meant to have their life. Like it's their life.
It's their life.
Meant to be what's meant to be for them as well. I mean, Anyway, what have you been streaming in 2026? Nielsen has released its list of the most streamed shows of the first half of 2026, along with the amount of minutes they've been streamed. We got the top 10 for you. Paw Patrol. They're actually having a Paw Patrol movie coming out soon.
Right.
Number 9 was Bob's Burgers. That's a fun show.
I never got into Bob's Burgers.
You would like it.
I think I would if I gave it a fair chance.
Family Guy.
I love Family Guy. I still watch Family Guy.
Was number 8. Number 7, SpongeBob SquarePants. That show has been going for a long time now. Kudos to it. It's been around a while, and it's still in the top 10 of the most streamed shows of the year.
You know what? A lot of people started doing reactions to it. People who've never seen it before, so that might be helping it out a bit.
Bridgerton was number 6. Big Bang Theory is in the top 5. Number 5.
One of my favorite shows. I love Big Bang.
That show ended quite a while ago, and it's still in the top of the streaming shows, which is
it's a great show.
Pretty crazy. Yeah. Grey's Anatomy, that show's never going to end. I wonder how many seasons it's going to have. Like 500?
I don't know, but I know it's very, very popular. It's another one, though, that I just never got into.
You're not going to be dead, and they'll still be making Grey's Anatomy. The Pit, which is a newer show on HBO Max.
There are doctors who say that's the most accurate medical show that they've seen. So doctors actually love that show.
I've heard good things about it. It was number 3. Number 2, Bluey. All the parents know about that. The kids love Bluey.
I know nothing about Bluey.
And then number 1, Stranger Things.
Yes.
Which is impressive because, those other seasons have been out for a while. They just wrapped up the show last year. It had 23.26 billion minutes viewed, Nancy. Streamed.
Love it. I finally last night started watching the new season of King of the Hill. So this is the reboot. So this is the second season of the reboot.
I've heard
not
good things
reboot.
About that
it's
too.
The continuation.
Like a revival.
The revival. Yes, it's the same character. So not really reboot. It's the same character. So it's the second season, and so far so good on the first episode. I'm loving it. I love how they updated the characters. And I love that they're still doing it, Josh. It's they went with the times. It's not like the same thing. The characters have aged considerably, but it makes sense in today's world, if that makes sense. I love what they're doing with it.
So what have you been streaming in 2026? Any of these shows? Something different? We'd love to hear from you. Have any suggestions of what we should watch? I'm always open for a binge. Let us know. Q93FM.com. Use the Q93 app, or you can DM us at Q93 Alexandria or at Morning Q Crew. Nancy, let's talk about some of the dumbest questions that you can ask. I know when I was growing up, my teachers would say, there's no such thing as a dumb question.
No, they're full of it. There's lots. And I promise you, teachers have heard dumb questions in their lives. So, I can think of some of them right now. How about a fishing captain on a boat in the ocean asked, what elevation are we at? That's kind of a dumb one. Or how do you think you get the mashed potato inside a French fry?
Yeah, that's bad. That is a bad question. But you know what? You don't know what you don't know, you know?
It's true. It's true. Someone asked a below-knee amputee, how long until your leg grows back?
Oh, ooh.
That's pretty bad. Let's see. A girl learning to drive asked her instructor if you really have to check your blind spot every time you change lanes.
It's a good idea, too. Don't rely on that little icon, too, that lights up in your mirror, because sometimes it doesn't catch the core that's on the side of you.
Right. Or how about an American was visiting Alaska and she went around looking to exchange U.S. dollars for Alaskan dollars?
See, that would get me too, because I've never been to another place where they don't take like our currency or stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never handled any of that.
But it's Alaska.
I know. I'm saying if I've been to another place,
okay,
I would be uncertain. You know?
Yeah, but I mean,
I stay here in a few states.
Yeah, but she was American visiting Alaska.
She didn't realize that Alaska's part of America.
Exactly. Yeah. So
I know.
For the Louisiana Purchase, so it said, how'd they get the land all the way over here from France?
Gosh.
Is it possible to fax cash to another person? To fax some cash?
I don't even know how to fax. That's like before my time.
What do you mean before? People still fax. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I've never done it. And it's kind of it's an old technology that not as many people use.
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of aggravating to fax, because most of the time people put like a cover sheet, or sometimes you can just dispense with the cover sheet, but you just have to dial a number. It is kind of old fashioned.
Like I use email or text.
I'd rather scan an email, but a lot of places don't have scanners anymore. But usually now the copier can just do it, and you can email from the copy machine.
Like you can use your phone and you can scan and make an item into a PDF.
Right? I know it's just easier to do that than to fax. But some places still want fax. But somebody on a cruise boat said, "What time does the midnight buffet start?" At midnight, sir. A person used voice commands. A person used voice commands.
It's just a brain fart.
A person used voice commands to set the temperature in their car. A friend nearby was amazed and asked, "Was that for indoors or outdoors?" The temperature.
Another brain fart.
Yeah, an agent over the phone asked a client to input a numerical code, and they asked, "Do I need to type that in uppercase or lowercase?" It's numbers. There are no uppercase or lowercase.
We've all been there. We all been there a time or two. I told you that story one time where I saw the news story about Topless Bar had got flooded.
I love that.
And I said, well, no, duh, it's flooded, y'all. It's topless.
Yeah.
There's no roof. And my cousin was like, Josh, that's not what a topless bar is.
That's not what a topless, and that's the day you learned what a topless bar was, and you've never been the same since.
You don't know what you don't know, and sometimes you gotta learn the hard way.
I've asked plenty of dumb questions in my life. It happens to us all. No need to feel embarrassed. Just go with this. A part of being human,
My
folks.
mom told me recently that she just discovered that Wrangler jeans are named after Wranglers. Like the description of that profession is a Wrangler.
Yeah, when
she
you
had
wrangle
no
things.
idea. She thought it was just the name of the jean.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I get it. I mean, you don't really think about wrangler, like whenever you wrangle things, but yeah.
Let us know some of the dumbest questions and some of the things that you're guilty of as well. We'd love to hear from you. Q93FM.com. Use the Q93 app or DM us at Q93 Alexandria or at Morning Q Crew. There's this place called I believe it's the Class Soiree Steakhouse in Florida.
I'm not familiar with it.
Well, it's offering nude dining on the first Monday of every month.
Oh,
what an option.
Nude dining on a Monday?
Yeah.
On a Monday? Why?
Naked Monday.
Who wants to go nude dining on a Monday?
It's not something you'd accidentally walk into, thankfully. They sell tickets specifically for this nude dining experience. It's not cheap either. $250 for men. For some reason, the women get in cheaper at $150. $300 for couples. So if you go together, you get a little discount on it.
Yeah, because not many people want to see men naked. They always want to be there and see the women naked. That's usually how.
What?
That's usually how it goes.
No. A lot of people want to see the men naked too.
Don't
be sexist on this show, Nancy.
Elaine made a good case about this on Seinfeld one time. She's like, men, their body is like a tank. It's utilitarian. Women are like a work of art.
Speak for yourself.
Hey.
It seems like an intimate place with only 20 to 30 seats. It's also dim inside. It's not like the people are gawking at others. The staff is fully clothed and respectful. I say they should be able to be naked too. What the hell?
Yeah.
You can't see into the restaurant from the outside, so that's a perk. You don't have to worry about your privacy. You do have to worry about other people seeing you naked, though. I mean, even if it's dim, I mean, they're going to see something.
Can you imagine just people just staring through the window? Because it would just be people just, trying to climb on each other.
The chef and owner says he came up with the concept as a way to attract new business and generate some buzz. That he did.
Definitely.
He adds, when you come in, you do feel more comfortable. I don't know. I would feel a little uncomfortable, but you know what?
I'd feel a little gross.
You know, some people like nude beaches and stuff like that.
I mean, it's a thing. This reminds me of a Golden Girls episode where they went to a nude resort accidentally because Rose booked it. And they didn't realize they were going to a nude resort, and everybody was doing everything in the nude, and they were so like ça fait la honte, they were so embarrassed, but they were like, you know what, let's do it. Nobody knows it's here. Let's throw caution to the wind and we'll just get nude. So they went to dinner that night, and that was their first activity, doing everything completely nude. And they showed up at dinner and everyone was dressed and they weren't. And the waiter said, "Pardon me, ladies, but we always dress for dinner." And they were just completely naked in front of everybody, and they were so embarrassed. And they said, "Our recommendation is that you absolutely should wear clothing."
We're talking about nude and sitcoms, old sitcoms. Three's Company, I love that sitcom.
Yes.
There's an episode where Jack is into this chick, and she invites him to her painting class. And he's like, "I don't paint, but I'm going."
I remember that one.
Turns out she invited him because she wanted him to display himself naked because it's a nude painting class. And it turns out their landlord, Mr. Furley, was attending that same class, and he walks in and he sees his attendant, Jack Tripper, naked, and he passes out right there. He's like, "Jack!"
Mr. Furley was great.
Oh, man. We'll be right back. Nancy, here's my hypothetical for you, all right? There's a silly online poll. People are asking, how many inches of your height are you willing to lose for money? There are some big payouts to make it worthwhile for most people. 4,700 people voted. Here's the results. 19% said they'd give up 2 inches for $300,000. 9% said they'd give up 4 inches for $750,000. 16% said they'd give up 6 inches for $2.5 million. 4% said they'd give up 8 inches for $7 million. 30% said they'd be willing to give up 10 inches for $50 million. So 78% of people have a price, but the rest aren't budging, Nancy. Okay? 21% of people say they wouldn't do any of these options. They like their height. Thank you very much. In the comments, people complain that this is once again making life easy for tall people who can afford to lose a few inches. If you're already short, every inch feels important. You can't give up very much.
I was going to say, I'm on the tall side. Like, I'm like 5'9", 5'8".
Yeah, you're tall for a woman.
So, I can give up a couple inches, for like 300,000 or, heck, I'll do like 4 inches for $750. But here's my question. Is it tax-free? What's the process of losing the height? No, I'm serious. I need all the details. Like, how do we lose the height? Am I going to have to hack off like body parts? You have to go through surgery? I just shrink. So this is like magic involved. It's all tax-free.
It's all tax-free.
In my bank account.
Money, you just lose the height.
I just lose the height. So this is like pure magic.
Pain-free.
Pain-free, tax-free. Okay, I'll give up 4 inches for $750,000.
4 inches?
Maybe 6 inches for $2.5 million. Let's see. That would give me, let's say I'm 5'9", so that'd be 5'3".
That's short.
That is pretty short, though. But look, my cousin, she's 5 feet flat. I'd probably be closer to her height. Be closer to my cousins on my dad's side.
But I'm a guy. I don't want to be shorter than my fiance. So, and she's pretty short. So I'm going to say 2 for $300,000. Thank you very much.
You're so much taller than she is. Are you kidding me? You can give up so many inches.
I'm already just like average height. So
no, you're not. You're taller than average.
Slightly, maybe.
But she is ridiculous. Like, y'all are so ridiculously, like, lopsided in height.
But I don't want to be short.
You don't have to be short. You'll still be taller than her.
You can't have 2 short people living in a house together. Who's going to get the laundry out the washer when they got to bend over? Who's going to get the glasses out the cabinet?
You could give up 10 inches and still be taller than her, and y'all would have $50 million set for life.
No.
Okay, you can give up 8 inches and have $7 million and be set for life.
All right, 4 max. $750.
4. I say you give up 6, have $2.5 million. You would be set for life.
I think y'all would be good. A good time.
I think y'all would be good. I'd probably give up 6 inches with $2.5 million, be set for life. I'll be short. That's fine. For $2.5 million, I'm tall enough right now. I'll be a little shorty for the rest of my life. I'm going to shrink anyway. The women in my family, my grandmother shrank. She used to be taller. It's fine. I'll just start the process early.
You're listening to the best of the Morning Q Crew. Wake up with the Morning Q Crew weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. and subscribe to the best of the Morning Q Crew podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Let's go! Q93.